Well, good afternoon, guys. We're here at the job down to put in some faucets, a toilet, the shower trim, and we are going to get this bathroom all finished up and straightened out so that these people can use it for the weekend. Alright, let's shut our water off. Okay, so the water is off. We'll have to bleed the pressure out a little bit. I might actually shut it off at these two valves here, the integral stops, just so that we don't have as much water coming out when I undo our temporary connection here. Like so. That one was open just a little bit. Now, should be able to pull this roughen plate off. Now, let's do a little bit of a box unveiling. Open this up, see what our trim looks like. So we've got our handle. I'll get a towel and put it down on that. Alright, we got our handle, collar, cartridge, bag of bolts, the inner cartridge, discussion, directions. This is what we're installing. And last but not least, our faceplate backer or mount and the faceplate itself. So let's go ahead and get this installed. Okay, so we put this, it slides over. There's a little tab at the top that goes straight up, and then you push your assembly in. Till it stops. And you take your outer cartridge. It's got two little posts, and there are two sockets at the top, which then it slides into. Just like so. Push it in. Grab your retaining nut. Thread it on. The directions say that proper torque of the nut valve, the nut to valve housing is 106 to 115 inch-pounds. So with our handy adjustable, we will torque this down. Click. And since we still have some residual pressure in there, let's just test it out. Make sure that we're not going to have any leaks. So far, so good. Now we'll take our housing cover, housing collar, whatever you want to call it. Slide that over. Then we'll take our mounting plate with the gap in the foam facing down. Slide that over. Take our little faceplate clip. Slide that over. Catch the threaded holes in the valve body. With a Phillips head screw, we'll snug it down. Then when it comes time, this face plate just snaps right on there. The handle has a hole in the bottom of it where a little set screw will end up. Supply an Allen key or a hex key. You can get that started just like that. And then when that comes time, that will slide on, we set it, and it will be good to go. But we want to adjust the temperature first and make sure that it's set correctly. However, before we do that, we have to put the shower head in. So let us go and get that. Okay, so there is no brushed nickel gooseneck for that shower head. So let's see if we have one on the truck. Maybe we'll get lucky. Well, unfortunately, the only gooseneck I had was a chrome one. And it's the last one too, so I'm going to have to get more of those. But we'll have to order up a brushed nickel one and then plan to come back and replace it. I did have a brushed escutcheon. In an attempt to make it a little less obvious, I brushed this with some sand cloth so that it's not polished chrome, it's brushed. So temporarily it'll work. We'll grab our hose here and unwrap it. Take the two rubber gaskets. Unsheath either side. Put one gasket in. And we will thread that on just like so. Take the other side. Uncover that. Thread that on. And just like that, it's magnetic. Okay, so while we have the water off, we'll go ahead and put the stop on for the toilet there, and we'll also put the two stops on under the vanity. So we will cut this. A little bit more heat on that. Unfortunately, that water decided to make an appearance, so let's go ahead and pop the stem out. But just for your guys' sake, you can see that washer is still good, so you can sweat these with the stem still in. Okay, so for my sake and reputation, I was not the one to rough this plumbing in, so I'm just here for the finish. That's why those hot and cold are kind of a little wonky. But these should be easy enough. Just come in here and clip them. so. And roughly in the same length, just like so. Grab our expansion rings, slip them on. Put our angle stops on, hold them in place until they can hold themselves. Then we will go turn the water on and see if we get any leaks. Alright, here's our water. Let's turn on the cold first. Here coming up to pressure. Alright, it's up to pressure. Do the same with the hot. Hot is up to pressure. Okay, water is on. Let's go check for leaks. Okay, how did we do? First one to look at is going to be this one. Most likely to fail, but it seems pretty solid. I don't see any dripping, so that's pretty good. Let's check under here. That looks pretty solid. Let's purge it. Okay, let's purge it. I'm going to grab hold of this. Take that washer out so it doesn't shoot out. Let's aim it down and okay. That's a little bit of a gurgly drain. Very good. Let's continue along. Okay, so for everything else, we just have a little bit of drainage through here. We got to put the toilet flange in, mount the faucets, set the toilet, and then we should be good to go. So I'm just going to cue up some music and we'll just speed this right along. Okay, quick overview here. We got water, hot and cold. Good flushing toilet. And a running shower. Had to speed it up here to get through the day. But everything is functioning, not leaking. We're good to go. Alright guys, we're all done here for today. Got all the fixtures and everything we need in. Fortunately I had to rush at the end to wrap things up a little bit quicker because I had a couple more jobs that came in that I got to go do now. You might see those in a future video. If you like this video, please remember to leave a like. Leave a comment too while you're down there, and don't forget to subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. So we'll see you on the next one.